So this is actually want to say something about this. So this cucumber is better than most of the supermarket cucumbers. I'm going to eat half of it. No need to wash it.
Yeah, no need to wash it.
But if you saw, if this was sold on
Juicy.
xyz.com,
Yeah.
the problem is they would never accept it because they're like, no, this is crooked. So I can't send it to a consumer. So it will be given away back to the farmer.
For my viewers, you can put this at a speed of 1.5 or 2. You can see it little bit fast.
I need to lose some weight to become Mahesh Babu, but it's okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Because small farms actually feed 80% of the world.
Right.
So small farms have its own place, and small farms by nature
Yes.
are much more friendly to the soil. So I think that the future of food is lots and lots of small farms who are getting paid the right amount for their effort and for taking care of the soil, and not 500 acres of a corporate farm.
Hey everyone, hope you're having an amazing day. This is Alan. So this is Mr. Shamik, the founder of Farmizen, and we are going to ask a lot of questions. How he started, how is his journey and everything. So we are in Bengaluru, sir. Location name?
Banerghatta, near Banerghatta National Park.
Near Banerghatta National Park. So we are going to ask each and every questions, and he have a great inspirational journey. And sir, really welcome to this show. It's going to be inspiration for youngsters and everything.
Thank you so much, and I love watching your channel. And
Thank you so much.
I like the energy that you bring to your presentation. It's really awesome.
Thank you.
So even if people are scrolling by Instagram in a half sleepy mode, they'll all be woken up by Alan from AgroTill.
Yeah,
right?
it's like more energetic, aggressive.
Yes, right.
Okay. So you tell me, people want to know more about you. Where are you from, and what was your background and everything?
Sure.
Could you explain?
So I was born and brought up in Calcutta. So I'm a Bengali, right? And then I worked in tech, a lot of tech startups. Worked for Amazon, worked for Yahoo for a long time. And then 2017, I basically said, hey, I want to pick up gardening as a hobby. So I started growing some food in my balcony.
Really interesting.
Some palak, some cherry tomatoes, all of that stuff. But I was always like, I'm putting in so much of input, but the output is very limited. One bunch of palak after putting in so much effort. So I was very frustrated. Maybe I'm making some mistake. Maybe I should, grow food on land rather than in my balcony. And so I rented out a small piece of land, 25 feet by 25 feet, and started growing my food there. This was very near, a couple of kilometers away from my home in Whitefield in Bangalore. And then first big shock that, oh my God, I was getting like 25-30 kg harvest every week. And I had no idea that from a small patch of land you can get so much of produce.
So you been completely surprised. Yes. And so meanwhile you left the the job and everything.
Yeah. So I was basically in general I have Farmizen is my second startup. I had done another startup before myself as well, which I had sold earlier. So I was kind of trying to figure out what next in my life, right? And at that point of time, that's why I was picking up a lot of hobbies. Let's spend some time in a break, kind of, right?
Correct.
And then when I got so shocked that so much of food can be produced, so what do? I can't consume 25 kgs, 30 kgs of produce. So I would consume 10 kgs maximum in a week in my family, and
so
then
that's how you started supplying.
Yeah, so we started. We actually
so
started.
Guys, you believe or not, he's having a successful application. You can just install it, and you can just purchase. It's a kind of Amazon, Amazon for farmers. You can, he will explain regarding that in detail, And he told he's been to tech field. Yeah, I think you work with Yahoo. Also.
Yahoo as well.
Okay, Yahoo. So he have a great experienced guy, and then into farming. So sir, tell me you told initially it's very hard. And you started farming again. Lot of there was a huge quantity you got in your hands after the harvest.
So I started distributing it to my friends and neighbors. They were all like, "Why are you giving me, Shamik? Why are you giving me 3 bunches of palak?" Right? So I told him, "Oh, there's this small patch of land I've rented out. I'm paying the farmer 1,000 rupees per month. So he just waters it every day."
People started thinking Shamik is doing magic in the farm. So he's producing a lot of.
So they all came to visit this farm, and they were like, "I also want this. Can you introduce me to the farmer? Let me also rent out a small patch of land and do it." So that was when it kind of clicked in my brain that maybe there's a way to commercialize this as well. Because so many people were interested in doing a similar thing. So that's when that was the start of Farmizen. We launched in July 2017 with just one.
So it's all happened before COVID, and it's going good.
Yes.
And go ahead.
So then, so the model was basically like this, that we partnered with peri-urban farmers, right? Farmers who are within 1 hour driving distance from the city.
Okay.
So let's say they have 2 acres of land, right? And let's say they were growing vegetables or whatever. So we would partner with them and say we will do a 50-50 revenue share with you.
Okay.
And the business model is this, that you will take your farm, you will divide it up into small mini farms of 600 square feet in size.
Okay.
So a 1 acre farm, for example, will accommodate, let's say, about 50 or 60 such mini farms.
Yes,
Okay, because you'll have pathways and things like that.
So when I visited the farm, I was really shocked. Like, okay, you calculate into square feet and you're providing them.
Right.
So, it was really, it's the first time I've experienced,
Right.
It's a kind of new idea.
Right.
So,
right.
yeah. Go ahead.
So when we did that, so we divided up into these mini farms, and farmers, we gave farmers also an app. So consumers had an app
Okay.
through which they could basically book a mini farm. They could rent that out,
Okay.
and then we would provide seeds, saplings, organic fertilizers, everything. And the farmer would have an app. See, remember, these farmers earlier would have grown only carrots and only cabbages. Now suddenly they will grow 40-50 different type of vegetables based on what the consumer chooses on his app.
Yes.
So the consumer would choose what all vegetables they want to grow. Farmer would get instructions on his app in his language, and he would go ahead and plant those. And then consumers and farmers could communicate through the app, right?
Okay.
And this went very viral, and people started talking about it in Bangalore, in certain areas, etc. We got covered by BBC, CNBC, all of these guys, and people started calling us a real life Farmville.
Yeah.
It's like the Farmville game.
There is a movie in Telugu, Maharshi.
Yes,
It's a Mahesh Babu movie.
yes.
Like he was doing like a weekend farming,
Yes.
getting the youngsters, the IT employees,
Right.
and getting to the field.
Right.
There was a movie shot, and it's really inspiring.
Right.
In the same way, I can feel that Farmizen, it's a real life Maharshi.
Correct.
And you are the Mahesh Babu. Okay.
I need to lose some weight to become Mahesh Babu, but it's okay.
Okay, that's fine.
So basically that's how the whole thing started.
Yeah.
People kind of got very excited about the concept. People would come and visit the farms.
Okay.
If they could not come and visit the farms and harvest their own produce, we would also home deliver it to them every week.
Okay.
So we started off consumers paying 2,500
That's what I
rupees
told
per
you.
month.
Initially, it is a kind of Amazon. They can book their vegetables. They,
Correct.
it's now a lot of applications. This came Blinkit,
Correct.
Swiggy,
Quick commerce, etc. Yeah.
So even though it's quite famous now, because before coming here, I heard about Farmizen that you are giving the plot to farm, and you can
Right.
book the vegetables,
Right.
these things.
Right.
Even you are obviously you are from the back of a tech field,
Right.
and you are into this.
Right.
Yeah.
So then we partnered with about 22 such farms across Bangalore, right? Where basically farmers' responsibility was land, labor, water, electricity, actually working on the ground. Consumers' responsibility was paying money to us. We would split it up 50-50. We would supply all of the raw materials that the farmer needed, seeds, saplings, organic fertilizers, and we would do the deliveries, customer service, marketing, etc. So you can also think of it as like a Uber for farming, right? Where the farmer has his own asset,
Right.
which he is now putting to more productive use by sharing with a lot of people.
Correct.
Uber driver has a car who's then now sharing it with so many other people who are getting value out of it, and thereby he is making more money from it, which after paying his EMIs also he has a lot of money left over, right? So kind of similar sort of a thing, and this was a very unique model. Like from what I'm aware, this way of using apps for the farmer, for the consumer, and doing community farming using apps was a very pioneering thing that we did. So
Right.
farmer app, we actually created it in a very, very simple way, so that you don't need to know any language also
Okay,
to
okay.
use it. So it would have, like, for example, it would have a picture of a big carrot,
Okay.
and it would show a neem oil bottle. So the idea is that if the farmer sees this, he knows, oh, in my carrot I need to spray neem oil.
Okay. Okay.
So it was all with
So
a lot of pictures, etc.
Symbols and everything.
Yes.
Okay.
And but what we actually saw was that if a farmer who is not able to read, write, etc., usually because these are peri-urban farms, so some member in their family would be going to school.
Right.
So his daughter might be going to school. So she would spend some time teaching the app and how to use it and things like that.
And the main thing is that, like, I visited the farm.
Yeah.
I can see it as an organic thing.
Right.
Because many of the farm people say it's organic. I
Correct.
don't know, but when it go to the market, say it's organic, but it is not.
Right.
Because I know that personally, but when I go here, I can see the infection.
Correct.
I can see the caterpillar.
Correct.
I can see the dried leaves.
Right. If you look under the thing, you will find earthworms also.
Okay.
For
So
example.
that's the thing. And
you'll find weeds, most important thing, because many farms you'll go, no weeds. Where did the weeds disappear? Right.
Correct.
So
So whatever we see on the supermarket as organic, that is not organic. So where to the viewers I am telling, you can just connect him. If you want to do the farming as a passion, if you are really busy, you can just go through the application and book the plot. Could you tell that how it worked, like the square feet for the viewers?
Yeah, so basically these are 600 square feet plots, right, which are divided up into 12 beds. In each bed you can plant one crop, or there are some combinations also. Like for example, palak and methi.
Is this 600 square feet is enough for a nuclear family? Like
more than enough. In fact, what we have seen is many people come back and say, oh, we are getting too much of produce. So if you are signing up for this, you should be somebody who is interested in sharing your extra produce with others.
Like regarding all the farms in Bengaluru, how many clients you have, like customers you have?
Yeah. So when we signed up, just before COVID, we had about 2,500 subscribers who were subscribed to all of these mini farms.
2,000? Oh my
yes.
God.
And then during COVID, what happens is we lost a lot of subscribers because subscribers were like, the first 2-3 months, everybody was very scared about what's going to happen, and I can't come to the farm. See, a big part of this experience is that you should come to the farm also. Why did we choose farms which were near the city? Because we said, we will home deliver it for you anyway, but you should come to the farm at least once or twice a month, so that you get in touch with the soil, you get all the good microbes into your body as well. As you know that there are actually bacteria in the soil which help us regulate our cortisol levels, right? Which is why people who are gardening and playing with soil, they are in general happy, stress free, right?
Stress free and more immune,
right?
Yeah, these things,
right? So which is why you should get your kids to the farm, you should get your dogs to the farm. I remember there was one subscriber, she had rented out.
It's for saying it's okay, but when we come to the new generation, you cannot find. I can see the children in the, they wear the shoe. They if they are touching the soil, if they're going with barefoot to the soil, parents scold. Why? And they doesn't have that immunity.
Correct.
And there is a agri-tourism member in Tanima in Kerala. I visited the agri-tourism. So he was sharing his experience. There was a small kid, like first class or something. So they came. He's having exotic crops, vegetables. It's completely organic. And that kid was asking, what it is growing here? I thought that it's coming from Swiggy's, the Zomato. There's a factory. There is a factory called Swiggy Zomato. They're producing the vegetables. So the children also, they are unable to connect, because nowadays we are living in a technological world. They are more interested in gaming, technological stuff. They are interested in scientific things. No one is going to tell how farming is this. It's profitable. Go with farming, modern farming. Teach them nothing. So even they go with the barefoot soil. They are taking the soil. It's all like
it's not just kids. I've seen this even with adults as well. I remember somebody had planted groundnut. Okay, then after a few months, he came to the farm and he's like, "Where is my groundnut tree?" I'm like, "I can't see any groundnuts. You said in your app it shows it's ready for harvest. Where are the groundnuts?" Please take that. Oh, it will be under the. Oh, okay.
So there are people, and nowadays going to the field, it's like a crime for the small child. For that case, for the especially the people who are in urban, you need to bring your children to the land. You can cultivate. You can go with the weekend farming and everything.
And some benefits that we have seen is when people sign up for a mini farm and their kids come and they get very excited, right? And when they get very excited, they actually start eating more vegetables. I mean, I myself eat a lot more vegetables after starting Farmizen, for example, right? Because you see the effort also that goes into it, right? And you are like, okay, this carrot, let me enjoy and eat, because so much of effort has actually gone beyond that, right? So that's what happened. And then during COVID, we saw a bigger opportunity, and we basically added on and expanded the scope of Farmizen, and we said, okay, we will continue to do mini farms, but for people who don't want to take the effort of being in this very high engagement model where you're coming into the farm, you should have a clean source of food, right?
Okay.
So we basically, that's when we kind of started creating the Farmizen marketplace, right? Where yes, you could subscribe to a mini farm, but you could also go ahead and do other subscriptions. You could go ahead and subscribe to a box of vegetables, all from different farms. You could subscribe to some microgreens, salad subscription, kombucha subscription, bunch of these subscriptions.
So I heard that you have the clients from entire India.
So consumers we have from Bangalore and Hyderabad. So Bangalore and Hyderabad are where we are there.
Okay.
But farmers are also our clients because farmers sell on the app.
Okay.
So vegetable farmers are all near the city, but fruit farmers have to be across India, right?
Yeah.
Because the best apples, where will you get them? You'll have to go to Kinnor or somewhere else, or Kashmir, right?
Yeah.
So you'll have to get so fruits, staples.
So it's a kind of connection, like you are connecting the farmers with the consumer through that Farmizen app.
Correct.
So what I can see that you are making it much easier for the consumer.
Right.
They can just take the phone and book, then get the premium, the organic one, without any doubt.
See, one very interesting thing is when we go to a supermarket, right, and we are buying these products, oh, this is made by Britannia, this is made by this, etc. We see all of these brands, right?
Right.
But then when we step aside and we go to the fruits and vegetables aisle, this okra, I have no idea who has grown it. This apple, I have no idea who has grown it, right? And this fact that fresh produce and other produce there is no link or no say of the producer in it. There is no brand of the producer is a big problem.
Even getting fear to have that all from outside. So as the same way, we don't know who just produced, or we cannot blindly trust. We go to the market, we ask, is it organic? They think, yes, it's completely organic. If we go to the hotel, have it. Is this salad organic? Yeah, have it. We're just blindly believing it, having it.
See, when we are buying salt, for example, we trust Tata Namak because, oh, Tata, that brand, they will make the right salt. Why don't we ask that same question when I'm eating all my fruits and vegetables every day? I eat only this much salt, right? And I buy Tata Namak because no, I can trust them, they'll do the right thing. So I should know where my vegetables came, where my fruit came, where my rice came from, right? And I don't know that at all. At least in staples, there are still some brands who have aggregated from farmers and created.
And what now I can see in India, the name organic, it's completely went for marketing.
Correct.
So, so I was seeing everyone. So he was producing the crops, saying it's organic. Come to my farm. It's organic. This organic, the term spoiled.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it has also caused a lot of consumer mistrust. Many consumers now think, oh, organic, I don't want to. It's okay. I don't want to.
Everything is organic.
Yeah. So the thing is,
not only vegetable, organic honey, organic foods, organic things.
It has been over marketed, right? And and which is kind of very unfortunate because the organic certification does not prove anything, right? Can you see it with your own eyes? That is the most important thing, right? Where I'm getting my milk from, right? How are those cows treated there, right? You need to know that.
Unless you take that to the laboratory and check, you will find. Otherwise, you cannot find. If I am, washing the carrot, which is organic, which is inorganic, if I wash it, I cannot identify. If I cook it, I cannot identify. If I eat it, I cannot identify. Everything is similar. So,
there is one slight trick there. So one is that first is you should trust your taste buds. You should trust your taste buds more than an organic label. So especially for fruits, for example. So if you are eating good organic fruits, in most cases you will see a slightly better flavor, stronger, pungent. The fruit might not look so good. It might look a little bad, might look a little small.
When I visited Manipur, I found some kind of mountain bananas. Okay, it was really interesting. I opened that, I peeled it, and I have it. Big monster seeds, like stones.
And then explosion of flavor, and it's like, oh, this is. It's not just one bland sweet thing, but
it's strong. It's melting and it's have like a strong aroma. And when I chew it, it's hitting like having stones.
And you know why this happens? Why this organic produce actually tastes better, especially if you eat raw, is because see the plants, right? When you leave them in a situation like this, where you are not giving it any sprays, etc., what happens is insect attacks happen.
Correct.
Those insect attacks, the plants have to fight against them on their own. When they how do they do that fighting? They do that fighting by producing phenolic compounds. So they produce chemicals in their body. These phenolic compounds are very good for us. They are antioxidants and they provide a lot of the taste and pungency and smell to the. So there is a scientific reason why most organic food actually is supposed to taste better.
Got it.
Because the compounds which make it taste better are being produced by the plants to fight the pests.
Yeah, and the thing is that I asked that person, why this is So he telling, this is the original one. This is the organic. Whatever you eating, it's been commercialized.
Yeah.
It's genetically modified.
Yeah.
It whatever the banana you eating, earlier the original form that have the seeds.
Yeah.
So
Actually one place, the one very good thing about India is that there are so many places also where things are completely default organic, which
Okay.
you are buying from the market of this, that, but it's actually organic itself. Like for example, from many tribal belts, areas in Jharkhand, near the forests, etc. These are all by default organic. People don't have money to buy pesticides, fertilizers, etc.
Same like Sikkim,
Yeah,
all
same.
mountain area here,
Yeah.
Uttarakhand.
Yeah.
So I was there in Sikkim, Uttarakhand. So there you can see big, massive board, the first state in India to be organic. By default,
Yeah.
there is no one can use the chemicals because that's a mountain farming, step farming.
Right.
It's hard to climb everything. The soil have the fertile. No one spoiling the fertility
Right,
of the
right.
soil. The first thing, if we go to I have experience. I've met more than 1,000 farmers in India. I experienced farmers are blindly putting all the chemicals. For example, there is a rule that at least 1 or 3 in these 3 years you need to check the soil. You should understand which is less or which is more. According to that you need to put.
Right.
But in India the farmers is blindly seeing the advertisement, these things. Okay, I need to put this 50 kg package to my farm.
So
Whatever
actually
the
what
thing-
happens is
I
they'll
don't-
go to the agri input store.
Yeah.
They will tell, Acha, I am going to get this problem. Can you suggest me something? They will suggest.
This
and then
marketing team, they are having huge competition.
Yeah.
Like this multinational company, they need to sell the chemicals. So they tell you, put this chemical. How much you can put? That much bigger cabbage you get. That much bigger banana you get. So they will.
And unfortunately, most of our agricultural graduates, right, university graduates, most of them end up finding jobs in these companies on the marketing of these agri inputs.
Same by default. Once they done the education, next is marketing.
Right.
Even they say the marketing, they have a certain kind of target also. They need to finish by selling this product. They need to finish by and get the accounting closure.
Correct.
So for that purpose, they are going to the farmers. They're telling buy this product, 50 kg, 100 kg, it doesn't matter. Just cut it, put
But
it in your
tell me
farm.
something. I mean, see, one of the things that we have interviewed so many agronomists,
Yes,
etc.
yes,
over the years. One of the very surprising things that I've seen is agronomists. So I am completely from outside agriculture,
Yeah,
right?
you are technical
Techie guy got
Yeah.
into it. But then when I would interview these agronomists, maybe a couple of years out of college, etc., and I will ask them deeper into the science behind organic, right? Most of them don't have a basic idea of things, soil organic
See,
carbon
if I
percentage.
say something like it's not for everyone. I met a person from Kerala. There was a cardamom specialist. Okay, so they're having a institute research center, cardamom research center. So the farmers they have a community who is eating rice. Went there and they asked how you guys are producing. The farmers was telling you need to produce the cardamom like this is spicy, expensive spices. So the thing, and I asked are you getting any kind of help from the government in the field of research like modern genetically modified cardamom? They're telling you know what, better we have the best and better knowledge than the scientists or the people. They are coming to the field and they are just asking all the questions with the farmers, because nowadays farmers, they are learning every day. They have they are having a lot of knowledge. We think that farmers doesn't have the knowledge, but for me farmers
Absolutely,
have the knowledge.
because and this is actually a very important point that you are making, is that like if you look at a farmer is actually an all-rounder, right? He has to be a scientist. Okay, so he needs to understand the principles in which things grow, and because he has to modify it for his conditions. Right? He has to be a doctor because he has to identify all of these diseases, etc. What should I do about that? Things like that. So he should actually he does not have to have bookish knowledge of plant physiology, but he should understand, oh, this is what happens when there is more sunlight, this is what happens with this, less sunlight, if more water comes in, this is what's exactly. So all our older farmers actually know that without having studied that anywhere.
You need to be a plumber in the case
you
of
should also be an entrepreneur. So what I think
you
is,
need to be economist, entrepreneur, doctor, scientist, everything. The farmers, and learning every day.
Correct.
And I'm very happy that the youngsters, the farmers, they started changing their thoughts. Once upon a time, if your father is a rice farmer, obviously by default you are going to be the same field. I'm that same flood irrigation, that same rice farming, these things. But now the generation changing the thought. I need to be start farming exotic crop, polyhouse, dragon fruit, mangosteen, import the crops, moringa farming. So this
and we are starting to see a lot of successes as well.
Success as well, right? And product value addition. Recently I met a person from Kerala. They told we are producing moringa. There is a huge demand for leaves also. We started drying it, we started powdering it. Now we have buyers from US, we have buyers from Middle East. So I'm happy to hear that. So they are also sharing new knowledge, information, and that's what I'm sharing with my channel or the page. So I am also happy to be the part of this. So people ask like, you traveling, what you get? I am saying that I'm getting a lot of knowledge. I'm sharing it. So
so when we saw this whole kind of like, some people have a lot of the knowledge, but it's not getting spread to everybody else. Which is what you are trying to solve with AgroTill.
That too in a short period of time, under 1 minute, you can say that very fast.
So the way we are trying to solve that problem, so Farmizen has also got interest in that problem, is that we run this thing called Farmizen Academy, right? Where we are basically trying to...
So guys, want to come to that, he is also running an academy. So first we understand how he's just came to this field, how his application work, and how his that flood works, farmers are doing, and clients are getting the vegetables. Now he is running an institution also, an academy. So we'll discuss on that. So how that came, how that unique idea.
See, basically what we saw was that, so we were growing, right? And then we were like, okay, how do we grow 10 times more? What things what blockages if we remove?
Like grow fast and grow together.
So we saw that two things. One is consumer education. More people need to understand the link between soil health, plant health, and their health. This, a lot of people have started talking about it, but a lot more needs to be done. Consumers need to know that, if I buy stuff which is grown in good soil, I'll have all of the minerals in my body. So this link needs to be there. So one is consumer education. Second is, also we need a lot more supply of organic farmers. There are not enough of them as well. Even if there are many, we don't even know that they are organic farmers, right? They are some small farmer doing somewhere, not using any chemicals, really knowledgeable, but they are finally selling it to the mandi, right? So what we felt was that we have to teach both consumers and farmers, right? And there are various ways that you do it. Either you do it like a AgroTill channel. We said that we will create some structured educational programs for both consumers and farmers, right? So for example, we run a 3-month boot camp for people who start from zero but want to get into the path for profitable organic farming. A lot of the folks here are people who are making a change. So here
guys, he's only focusing on organic farming. So what Farmizens do, it's just they guide you to become a successful organic farmer. They will help you in the marketing also. And in the field of marketing, you get a lot of clients across Bengaluru and Hyderabad. So that's what he's.
And this year we'll probably start doing some India-wide sales also for things which are more shelf stable, right? For example, for
and I'm very
your
happy
rice
to be
and things like
part
that.
of that also. You should inform me, okay?
Right.
Okay. So that's how main. And one more thing. The clients more is from Bengaluru or Hyderabad you are getting?
So I think right now it's 90% Bangalore, 10% Hyderabad, because we started with Bangalore first. So that's the thing, and I think see, a lot of the people who go to Farmizen Academy and start making the transition into farming from let's say IT and things like that, many of them sell on Farmizen as well. So that becomes a very good way of trusted source of us getting more produce to sell.
I can see you as a guru, like you are a teacher for because these people are coming through the academy, and see, I'm a person. Okay, I just jumped into your academy. You just educated me, and I wish to start farming. So I'm going to find where I can do the farming, and we are offering the option also. You can do start do the farming and these things. So it's a kind of
360-degree thing actually.
Integrated one, and I'm completely satisfied. With your course, with your idea, and I'm able to do the farming in front of my eyes. And even if I'm busy, you are offering that service also by providing the labor, irrigation systems and everything. So everything is connected, and that's a great thing.
Right.
And managing all these things, it's really hard also.
Right.
But you are
So
doing
the other thing I wanted to actually talk a little bit about was, so based on all of these, now it's been like running Farmizen for 7 years almost,
okay,
right?
7 years.
So there are a few things that I see constantly coming back again and again. First is that if you are a farmer, forget organic or conventional, right? Everybody chases the top line. When you talk to farmers, they all proudly tell you about, oh, I got this much yield, this, that. My submission to all farmers, including organic farmers but not limited, is that you should focus on your bottom line. Doing sales of 10 lakhs and then making profit of 1 lakh,
Okay.
it's much better to do sales of 3 lakhs and make profit of 2 lakhs.
Right.
Right? But most farmers seem to be thinking from a top line perspective rather than bottom line. This is one thing. Second thing, I think a lot of farmers are now realizing that if you sell a commodity,
Okay.
you will always make only this much money. But if you sell a value added product, you will sell a lot more. You will get a lot more of the pie. Like if you go to a Starbucks, right, and they sell you a 400 rupees cafe latte, out of that the coffee farmer is getting 5 rupees, the milk farmer is getting 3 rupees, right? Remaining is all somewhere else, right? So as a farmer, I think,
See, that's a very sad reality in India. I need to discuss that also. When we go, like I told you, I'm from Kerala, like my grandparents were cardamom farmers. There are a lot of cardamom farmers. They're producing it, cardamom, very hard, you know. And this cardamom, once that cross the Indian territory, the value is dollars. Okay, they're selling the seeds, and the same way, chili from Gundur, once that grows, they're making ketchup, hot sauce, chili powder, and value addition. The same way, each and everything. So the farmers are remaining the same. You told like coffee.
Yeah.
So when we go to Chikmagaluru or
Yeah.
the Coorg, the coffee planters, they are getting a normal price for that. Once that done, the branding done. If your brand have a great value in the society, you can sell anything, like you can sell the price like it's a skyrocket, you know. You sell it for 500, 600, doesn't matter. But if that farmer, there is no profit sharing with the farmer. Okay, the farmer is working hard, the farmer is putting his sweat and blood in the farm, and he's not getting good profit. So that we need to focus. But now the young, I'm happy to share that youngsters, they are overcoming that. They are making the value of their branding from the initially, start from the beginning, and they are saying my brand have a branding and a value. I will share all this, this product on this price only. I cannot share what the normal farmers do.
Correct.
So that we need to get into more.
This is already started to happen quite a bit. It needs to happen a lot more.
Yeah,
like if farmers take charge of the pricing and branding, right, then he's able to get the right value for the effort that he's put in.
So
if you are at the mercy of the markets to fix the price, then you are gone.
Yeah.
You know.
So everything like market mein kya rate hai? What is the rate in market? Okay, let my product also go with that. So if I change my mind or mentality, my product have the value, my branding, there is a branding, and my product should be sold by this price.
Right.
I'm happy with that.
Right. So this is absolutely, I think, necessary. The third thing is also, I think consumers, see, we cannot fix the food system by saying, oh, let's, help farmers understand how better to market it. Consumers need to also change their mindset. Right. This is a very important thing. So I think all of us, everybody who's linked to the industry in some way, we have to constantly focus on consumer education, because if the consumer still goes and says, oh, this apple is not shiny, so I'm not going to buy it, then of course the entire system will end up putting wax on those apples, right?
Right.
Because finally whatever is happening is because the consumers want it, right?
Consumer want it, so let's make it diamond.
Consumer is not valuing the right things. So as we are the interesting thing about the food business or this is that all of us are consumers. So even the farmer is also a consumer. Everybody is a consumer finally, right?
So I hope it's been like a little, elaborate story. So for my viewers, you can put this at a speed of 1.5 or 2. You can see it little bit fast, and I hope the story of the Farmizen, the complete story, like how he came to the market, how he built all these things, and I will be going to give the details of his brand, the email, the phone number and everything on this description. You can connect him, and we can see with a new video with a new information. And until then, take care. Bye bye. Thank you.